Virgos and cross watchers. Today I'll be doing a reading for the sign of Virgo for the month of July and August of 2020. For Virgo. I don't know why, I feel like Virgo can be the most difficult sign to tap into. Y'all just mind your business and like, I never know what's going on with you. I never know. I actually have a Virgo mom, a Virgo sun mom, and a Virgo moon father. So I am heavily influenced by that type of energy. But honestly, I feel like Virgo's one of the hardest signs to tap into for me. I'm not picking up on anything. Virgo. How y'all feeling in this Mercury retrograde in Cancer? Some old stuff being digged up. Old stuff coming up. Alright, let's get into the reading. Why not? I kind of, whatever I'm feeling for the piles. 3, 5, 6. I just do whatever I feel like. I don't have like a set way of doing things. I will admit that I want to learn more about different types of spreads, but the one that I've always been called to is I lay out 6 cards, and then the one at the bottom of the deck is the overall energy. That's just always how I've done it. I don't know why. A ton of cards just fell out. I'm gonna take those two. Those two only. Any messages of truth, love, healing, light for the sign of Virgo for the months of July and August? This card keeps coming out. I keep getting the Fool in all the readings. Any messages for Virgo for July and August of 2020? Alright, I'm going to pull them that are falling out. Ooh, girl. Alright. Ooh, some big ones in here. You may be dealing with a Scorpio or an Aries. Mostly Scorpio because we have the Death reversed and the Tower card. Well, first I'll start with the overall energy. We have the 8 of Wands. Things might be moving really quickly for you. Maybe things are starting to pick up speed in your life. Maybe you were in a period where you were gathering your wands, gathering your energy, and now you're really moving forward. Things are starting to pick up pace. Maybe things were moving slow for a little while. Maybe you're really starting to put in the work. You're really starting to use your initiative and your desire to drive you forward. You may not know exactly it is what you're moving towards or what you want, but you have the energy that's moving you forward. I'll get more on that later. First card that was out is the Death reversed. Virgo, what are you resisting? What ending are you not letting happen? There's something that you're still holding on to. There's a cycle you're not letting finish out. And maybe it's because you're like, I wanted it to work out. I wanted it to be my success in the long run. I wanted it to be fruitful. I wanted it to be successful, but why isn't it? Why didn't it turn out that way? Why am I staring at this and there's no fruits to bear from all this effort I put in? You're holding on too tightly to something that's already dead. Something that already ended, but you're not letting it go. You're not letting it die because you were really holding on to this idea that it would be fruitful and successful. Or you didn't plan for the long term for it, and it quickly died out, but you can't let it go. Girl, you didn't put enough planning into it. You didn't put enough of long-term foresight. You didn't have enough of that. I'm gonna get a clarification on the death reverse. What is it that Virgo is not letting die? What is it that Virgo is holding on to at their expense? Clarification for the death reverse. Ooh. Six of Wands. I think in terms of the Death card reverse and the Seven of Pentacles reversed, it's this old idea of success that you're not letting go of. You had this strong idea that you constructed in your mind of what success was supposed to look like and feel like, and I think you're struggling to let go of that and move into a new idea of success, a new way that it looks, a new way that it feels. It's possible that you used to hold on really tightly to success being when you were finally recognized for your work, when you are celebrated for your work, when you're getting congratulations, when you have a lot of attention for your work, or whatever it is that you're putting all your energy and thought and work into. You have this old idea of success that you need recognition and you need people to congratulate you and reward you for that idea of success. And I think that that mindset is no longer serving you, but you're failing to let go of it because in the long term, that's not what brought you success. Success isn't about people acknowledging what you're doing. Success is an internal feeling. It's an internal process. It's a very personal accomplishment. It's a personal feeling of accomplishment. And I think this is an old way you used to view success as something that needs recognition. You needing... I know how Virgos are. They're an earth sign. I think earth signs are very much motivated by outside recognition for their work. They like to be acknowledged for the work that they put into something. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think that that was an ideal that you held on to really tightly, and now you're realizing that it's not the sole factor of success. It's not the sole indicator of success. And it isn't something that's going to bring you long-term stability. And I think it's an old way of thinking that you're refusing to let die. And then we have the Fool. I think the gears are starting to turn. I think you're starting to change your mind. I think your brain is starting to shift into this new idea of, fuck it. Fuck it. You're moving forward. You're moving forward carelessly with a youthful energy. You're moving away from this old, negative, restrictive way of thinking. You're moving into a new career path, a new way of going about doing your work, a new way of rewarding yourself, a new way of approaching new things. You're excited. You're saying, fuck it. I'm carefree. I'm going to figure it out as I go. I'm not going to... I feel like you're letting go of that old idea of success, but you're still holding on to the idea of, like, I don't need to know the future. I don't have to always plan for the long term, far, far, far ahead in the future. Sometimes you just need to take a risk and just go for it and see what happens. You don't always need to know what's so far in the future. You don't always need to plan so far ahead sometimes you just need to take that first step and just go for something when you're going into it blind. Sometimes you just don't know, and that's okay. That's how beautiful things can happen. I love the Fool card. It's beautiful energy. It's youthful, it's innocence, it's naivety. How do you say that word? But it's carefree. It's just going for it. And then there's the Tower card. I know the Tower card along with the Death card can feel like heavy, like bad omens, but they really don't have to be. They really don't have to be. I think that there's going to be a moment soon. You're on this journey where it's slow moving, where you're starting to realize all of these things about your old ways of thinking, your old ways of going about things and approaching things. And it's a slow process, and you're learning and you're growing, and then all of a sudden there might be a Tower moment. There might be a sudden aha. There might be a sudden event that happens, but it could just be a sudden realization. It could be a sudden moment of, oh. And then you let the Tower crumble. Maybe this is finally what you're letting die. Maybe you're finally going to let the Tower crumble. That old way of thinking, that old way of doing things, you're finally going to let that Tower fall. Virgos can be very focused on planning and planning for success and planning out every single little tiny move, and they can be very nitpicky and they gotta make it perfect. Virgos can be perfectionists, and they really just like knowing what's coming. They like knowing the outcome. They like planning for those things and having some security in that predictability. But sometimes you just gotta go for things when you don't know what's gonna happen. And this Tower moment, maybe something you thought was gonna stand tall forever is going to crumble. But remember that if that tower is falling, it was meant to fall. If something is crumbling around you, that was meant to happen. It was meant to crumble and fall so that something new could be built there. So that you could find some good in the rubble and start anew. I'm going to get a clarification for that Tower card, just to get more insight on what that event might be. Can I get a clarification for the Tower card for Virgo? Can I get a clarification for the Tower card for Virgo for July and August of 2020? Alright, I had two fall out. Ooh. Girl. We have the Six of Swords upright and the Five of Cups reversed. Both of those cards are, the first phrase that pops out in my mind is moving on. You're moving on. You're moving on from something. You're on a journey where you're learning to move forward, leave behind what needs to be left behind, and move forward only with what you need, which is your intuition, the things you've learned, only the things that are of most importance to you. This Tower moment is going to make you realize that it's really time to move on and time to let go of the pain, let go of the sorrow that it caused you. The Five of Cups is not only about letting go of that pain, but learning to be grateful for the lessons that painful journey taught you. This journey that you're on, you may have felt a lot of loss, you may have felt a lot of sorrow and pain, but you're learning to understand why that happened and the lessons you've learned from it, and you're taking those lessons and taking them with you, and that's the only thing you need to take with you moving forward. There's a lot of forward movement energy in this. forward movement. You're moving forward. You're moving quickly. Moving forward. Moving forward. Going head first into this. You're moving on. You're being grateful for the lessons this painful journey has taught you. And you're just, maybe it's going to come really suddenly. You're going to be like, oh shit, I need to just let this go and move forward. I don't have a choice at this point. Because the longer you hold on to something, the bigger the cracks become, and the bigger the pieces that start to fall from this tower become. The faster and harder this tower begins to crumble around you. The more that you resist, the harder it's gonna fall. Yeah, I don't think this tower moment is an event. I really think it's just gonna be a sudden realization of what you need to do, and that's move forward. And then we have the King of Cups. Guess what? You're doing good. You're gonna be all right. You have emotionally matured from this. You have learned so much from this. You have gained more insight and intuition from this. You've gained more control over your emotions. You've learned your lessons. You feel more powerful and in control of how you feel, and you know, the outcome of a situation has so much to do with how you choose to look at it and how you choose to feel about it. And I think with the King of Cups, you've gained so much control over your emotions, and you know that when you have control over those emotions, you can control the outcome of the situation. Even though all of this is a really painful journey, you're coming out on the other side smarter, wiser, more grounded, more in control. I love the King of Cups. We all need a King of Cups in our life. With the King of Wands reversed, I'm getting this, like, with the King of Wands upright, it's like very powerful and energetic and passionate and very leadership-like. With the King of Wands reversed, I feel like you're stepping back and you're loosening your grip on your need for control of the situation. You're letting your intuition guide you. You're letting your emotions guide you. You're letting go of this need to be so in the leadership position, in the controlling position. And like I said, like, the more you hold on to something, the more tightly you try to control something, the more out of hand it can get. I think with the King of Wands reversed, you're stepping back and you're letting go of a little bit of that control. You're letting the universe do what it needs to do. You're letting the tower crumble. You're letting go of the pain. You're moving on. Sometimes when you let go of control and power of something, things fall right into place the way that they need to. They really do. Oh my god, I didn't even realize this. So, the Three of Swords was on the ground for some reason. I don't know when it fell out, but I will say that this process has probably been really painful. I think it's been really painful. I feel like you had some wounds in your heart that you've had to heal. It's been a painful process. You felt maybe betrayed by yourself, betrayed by the path that you chose that you thought was going to be successful for you, and it was a lot to cope with. It's painful, it's hard. There's nothing wrong with that, to feel that. But you're letting that pain go, and you're gaining a lot of control over your emotions. It's okay to feel that pain. It's part of the journey, it's part of the process. I'm going to pull 3 more cards for advice for Virgo. Oh, one more. my god. I can't. Wow. Okay. I'm just gonna pull one. Okay. We have the Page of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles reversed. With the Page of Swords, I think you have to put yourself out there and connect with people. Share your knowledge. Tap into that excitement about whatever it is that you want to move forward towards. This new energy you're stepping into, keep an open mind. Stay curious. Ask questions. Be inquisitive. Be that young, naive, and willing to learn. That young page. Step into this new energy of, I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to start anew, I'm willing to learn a new skill, a new hobby, a new trade. I'm willing to learn new ways of doing things, new ways of approaching things, but I'm excited. I see the possibility, I see the opportunity in all of this. Let the curiosity out. Let yourself feel that curiosity, and let your curiosity draw you towards whatever you're being drawn to. With the Ten of Cups, reconnect with your harmony, reconnect with your balance, reconnect with your what really truly makes you feel fulfilled. What is it that attracts your curiosity? What are you drawn to? What does your mind get excited about? Is that the same thing as what makes you feel fulfilled? Is that what makes you feel whole and complete and like things are together and solid in your life? Is that what makes you feel emotionally sound and stable? Maybe you need to reconnect with your family. With the Three of Pentacles reversed, you may be one to seek outside validation, approval, help. You may be one to ask around for assistance and seek collaboration on efforts. But I think this is a journey that requires you to look inward about what different skills that you have. Maybe you don't believe that you can do something or complete something on your own, but you have all the tools necessary to build this thing, do this thing by yourself. You have a more variant skill set than you believe you do. And you may be more than capable of accomplishing something without the help of others. There's nothing wrong with asking others for help. There is nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's very productive to reach outside of yourself and go into your circle and ask those in your environment for assistance to help you work towards something. But I think right now, spirits are asking you to look inward at what gifts you have, what talents and skills that you have that make you more than capable of doing something on your own. And I know Virgos are more than capable of doing things on their own. They have it all. They have all the things necessary to get shit done. I don't know why. I want to pull one more card. Any other messages for Virgo for the months of July and August of 2020? Any last advice? Truth, healing, love, light, any other messages? The Two of Swords. Girl, There's a decision that you're going to have to make. Are you going to let go of this old pattern, old way of doing things, approaching tasks, this old way of thinking, this old way of what success means to you, this old definition of success, this old steady, slow way of moving through things? Or are you going to let the tower fall? Are you going to move on? Are you going to tap into your emotional power, let go of your physical power? Are you going to let things fall in line? Or are you going to keep holding on to the past? Sometimes things are dead long before we really open our eyes and realize and understand that they're dead and they are no longer serving us, and it becomes a thing of baggage. Are you going to step into this curiosity? Are you going to seek out what fulfills you? Are you going to look into yourself for the tools you need to get something done? Or are you going to keep holding on to this pain? Make the choice, Virgo. Make the choice moving forward. Make the choice to move forward. Okay, Virgo, that's all I have for you today. I hope these messages were at all helpful to you or insightful. I hope it made you think about the journey that you're on and what you want to do moving forward. I hope this resonated with you at all. If it did, leave comments down below. Ask me questions. Tell me your story. Or just say hi. I will definitely answer. But that's all I have for you today, Virgo. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful July and August. And I'll see you in the next reading.